the market.
Oh, what's good, everybody? It's the Kid Face, and it's another boardroom interview. And who do I have with me today?
Alexia, but better known as Lexi. I'm here from Birmingham, Alabama, representing for all of the beautiful black women out there, naturally, and, however you flow. But yes, I'm here representing for all of us.
Oh, you serious?
Oh yeah, always.
What?
Serious, but I like to have fun too. So
Okay.
let's get it. I'm excited.
So, you're a model.
I am.
How long you been doing this?
I like to say that I've been doing everything that I do my whole life. I feel like in some form I've always been a model. I didn't always know that I was a model. I think that I just began to embrace that. But even as a kid, I was involved in modeling, but I never had all of the training. My mom didn't always focus on those things. So now that I'm an adult, I get to have fun with it and do things my way.
So, what are some of the things that you have incurred while modeling? Like, what are some of the lessons you learned, on this journey?
I think that the hardest thing is just being sure that you're confident in yourself. Something that I like to put out there is authenticity and never to adapt to society. So I think that me, overall, I just have learned to be sure that I'm being true to myself. I think that this industry is so easy to manipulate you into what they want. And I think that the most important thing is to put out what you want. I don't want to have any regrets in the future. I've come across men that have tried to use me for their gain.
What?
Oh yeah.
As far as with the modeling situation?
Oh yeah. I mean, in modeling, dancing, we've worked together in multiple aspects, but that was an aspect that we worked together. And just recently I had something, I was telling you about the fashion show that I'm putting together. That was not supposed to happen until next year. I was not trying to have a fashion show. Yeah. But this man, basically, this is something that we have been doing, and I just worked with the models. And basically, he kind of ghosted me. And when my name is on something, I'm going to get it done. So, just like I said, being authentic, staying true to yourself, making sure that you take you more seriously than other people take you.
So what would you say was, hey y'all, see this the boardroom, so the phone rings. But what would you say would be like, can you share with us an experience that you had with a male, like maybe like the worst one you probably had?
The worst one.
Cause I know like you women you got a lot of stories, and I'm here for them all. So I don't even want to say worst. What's the weirdest story? Give me the weirdest story.
I mean, that may have been one of the weirdest ones. I do come across photographers that are weird. They want you to take, the main thing that people ask are for pictures of boudoir, sexy pictures. They want you to be half naked. I had a photographer wanting to shoot with me, and because I didn't live in Atlanta, he's like, oh, well, you can stay in my crib. I offer housing for the models that are traveling.
Yeah, I cook breakfast and everything.
Come and pose naked, So that was weird. And I think that anybody that's just offering up their crib to people that they don't know, you're a widow. I'm sorry.
But did you charge him?
I was charging him.
Okay, yeah, because I know like girls be charging. You want me
which
to
is why I said the importance of that security deposit. Because also people try to lowball you. You know what I'm saying? We are putting our time, our effort, our bodies into this. I have nothing else once I give you that. You know what I'm saying? I have my personality, but once I give you my body, I have nothing else. Because that's what this society wants. So after I give you that, then you're not going to even, what else are you going to ask me for? Like,
I don't know. It depends on the man. I don't know.
I mean, again, when it comes to this business, this society, a lot of times that's what people want. So that was probably the weirdest situation, just trying to get me in your house. And also posting, your studio's in your house also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I cook breakfast in the morning.
You have the full service, full platter, whatever.
I could imagine that, because I being in the entertainment game, I cannot deny that I don't know about the photographers. You photographers out there, you guys, y'all think y'all slick with your Canon cameras, trying to get them in your basement and all that. Anyway, we're gonna move on from y'all. So, what was life growing up? What was life like growing up in Alabama?
Yeah, life in Alabama was very interesting for me. I did not have the best childhood. I mean, we all have a story, and I think that's what's so great about creatives. We create a lot of times based on the trauma that we experience, based on the things that we want to be different in our lives. The stories that we tell are often inspiring, you know what I'm saying, because of the life that we live. So as a kid, I started out very shy. I didn't really have a lot of confidence in myself. My family, they, to this day, they support what they want you to be. So I did go through the change of losing that support. But even as a kid, I always just felt like it was always something wrong. They didn't like me. It was weird, the confidence that I had to have in myself. But I always felt different, and I always felt like God made me different. So I feel like he just really carried me through my childhood. I was a jock once I was in middle school and high school. I played basketball, volleyball, I ran track, and I played the clarinet, so I'm musically inclined as well.
She is not playing, y'all.
I'm a little musically inclined as well. But those were the things that made me actually develop, into who I am, because I didn't know, like I said, my mom didn't put me into those dance classes and modeling classes. So I was kind of lost. I was angry. I couldn't really speak my voice. Because I was a child. As black people, we always tell you're a child, stay in a child's place. Mm-hmm. What happens in the house stays in the house. We have all of those things that come about, and it made me who I am, because now if I got something to say, I'm going to say it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And, I've been called, I just recently had a situation where I was called emotional because I was telling you how I felt. And I said, well, I was called an emotional gangster. I said, well, if I'm an emotional gangster, whatever it is, so be it.
People don't like you to speak your mind and tell the truth. Everybody's supposed to just follow and go with the flow.
Right. I'm like, no, you gonna know how I feel, or else I'm fake. It's something for everything. Mm-hmm. And I would rather be real and say what I have to say than 6 months down the line, oh, now we arguing again, or now we have another conflict, and I'm bringing up something that happened 6 months ago. Now you're like, well, why you ain't been said that? Mm-hmm. Because I'm emotional when I voice my feelings.
You're right.
So I've had to overcome a lot, and I actually just created this saying. I was like, when you Google people, that are known, they always have this saying. There's quotes from all these inspiring people. So something that I came up with for Lexi is, people don't know what I've been through. They don't know what it feels like to have been through what I've been through. I survived, and now I'm living. So I wish that for everybody.
That's dope. So let me ask you, if you what is your alter ego?
Well, I'm a Gemini. So I have a lot of personalities. I'll say I adapt well. I'll say that. So I'm also an introvert. It's this weird thing too.
What? I got that issue too.
Yeah, it's this weird thing of we're creative, so I say we know how to turn it on. But when it's time to regroup and recharge, I have to be alone, and in my own space. So my alter ego is kind of like, you remember like Sasha Fierce?
Yeah.
So Beyonce, and you have Sasha Fierce, and you have Meg, and you have Tina Snow.
Okay.
So So I don't have a name for her. I mean, I think it's my difference in Alexia and Lexi. Like, Alexia is my professional when I'm going into the corporate office. Lexi is my who I am, my entertainment, my model, my dancing. When I hit the stage, that's who you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? So I do have like this different person that comes out when I'm performing, or I mean, I'm also an actress, so I kind of just have to know like how to be a different person.
So nobody ever knows when you're being really you, huh?
This is really me. I think that everything I present is really me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think that it can be a lot. You know, some people are just that. I'm not just that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So what kind of dancing do you do?
I've done ballet, I've done hip hop, of course, jazz. The main thing that as an adult I was stiletto styles. My dance partner and I started a stiletto team. I graduated from the University of Alabama.
Shout out to that.
Majority white school, of course.
Yeah.
So trying to bring stiletto dancing on their campus, like what? But we had a manager that really, really fought for us, and I started doing stiletto dancing more.
So what is that, like burlesque or something like that?
You can say burlesque, but it's mainly, like I said, what you see background dancers doing. So they're in heels, they're doing hip hop, but you can also be sensual. And that's something that I love about stiletto dancing. We mainly studied Aaliyah Janelle at first. She's a huge choreographer in LA. But what I love about Aaliyah is she put heels on and still can be grimy. You know what I'm saying? Most people see women in heels and think, oh, it gotta be sexy, it gotta be sensual. But I can be sensual and I can be grimy. You know, I can do hip hop, I can be sexy as well. And since I started acting and I was on P-Valley, background work, but once I was there, it motivated my pole dancing, so I also do pole dancing as well. And I'm trying to get into hoop and aerial, which is the ribbons. So I'm very well rounded. I don't knock myself when it comes to a category of dance.
That is dope. That is dope. What are some of your other talents? Or if you can't find one, what is a hobby? What is something that you do when you just want to like get away from the industry for a little bit?
Right. Something else that I do, I'm actually very decent with like braiding. Like my dad's like, why didn't you go to cosmetology school? I'm like, I don't accept appointments, so don't book me. I just do it if my friends ask. It's something that I know to do. I was that friend that learned how to sew everybody's hair in, so that when we went to college, we weren't looking a fool by the head because we didn't know how to do our hair. You know what I'm saying?
She said by the head.
Yeah, I'm like,
country.
I am Birmingham made. You know what I'm saying? And Georgia country too.
Yeah, I'm from New York. So
I'm like, you from the other part of the world. But I do that. So, and like I said, I played clarinet. I'm also very well with like paperwork and organizing. I worked in medical records after college, and that was just so fun to me. I was like, yes, like paper. I get to highlight stuff like that. So with me modeling, dancing, and acting, it's also been brought to my attention. Oh, you can have your own agency. I thought that was very cool because wow, I never thought about it, but I kind of take that role in a lot of people's lives back home. We're just 2 hours away from in Atlanta, and people had no idea how to book background work. I had no idea, and before I got into it, I didn't realize how simple it was. So I think that is something that I'm also interested in. I don't know. I used to play basketball. I like hiking. I'm an adrenaline junkie, so
yeah, long walks to the bank.
All of it. I like to work out. I record workout videos. I have like a little workout program during COVID when we all were stuck in the house. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I was still waking up 6, 7 a.m. with something. It was just cooking breakfast. Like I was writing down, cook, work out, read this, do that. Like I just like to kind of have something to go by. I like to move in purpose as well, but I also like discipline is very important. So I'm the oldest sister, so I have to set a great example.
Aww. Make some noise, y'all. Make some noise. What is a lesson that you learned from a child that you still carry with you today?
I think that the most important thing that I learned was just the importance of having your own mind. I feel like I was just always being told what to do. And I had to get to a place where I had to decide for myself what it is that I wanted to do. And I couldn't be afraid of the losses that came with it. And there were definitely losses, and your family are supposed to be the people that support you, but a lot of times they just want what they want. So I felt like as a child, that was the main lesson that I learned. And again, like just staying true to yourself, because even though they were trying to make me a bad person, I knew that I wasn't a bad person. And even though at the time I couldn't communicate that, like I said, now I'm grown.
You
I can communicate it. I can do what I want to do. And it doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. And that's what I've always tried to tell them. Like, just because I don't want to do what you want me to do doesn't mean that what I want to do is bad.
For real.
So stay true to yourself. We're all here for a reason. And that's the most important thing. We were all supposed to be the same. Life would be so boring. Like, we're all different for a reason.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, OMG. So my goal right now, I would just love to be a Black superhero. If I could get this role of being a Black woman, like superhero. I actually was on set. I can't say too much, but I kind of got to experience that. And that's why I'm getting my stunt training tomorrow, and getting into actors training, because that's what I would love to do. I will be a lot more independent in regards to my business. I have a few things that, I planted the seeds, so I have to water them, and I don't like to speak on the things that I'm watering just yet.
I understand.
But I do see big things, and I'm also I'm a very giving person. So I definitely want to continue to be someone known for that. I actually have my first event next Saturday. It's called Fall Into Giving, and it'll start with feeding the homeless. So
what is your zodiac sign?
Gemini.
What are the positives and what are your negatives?
Well,
3 of them. Just give me 3 of each.
Okay. Well, they say we're twins, and they say that Geminis are fake because we have 2 sides. And it's like the good devil, and the devil, and then like the angel. So, I think that at times people like to think that we can be like lack empathy. With certain situations, like a lot of people like, you're just so tough, you're so hard. And I don't necessarily think that. I don't think that I'm fake. I think that I'm real. I just think that sometimes, like I said, the truth can be hard. So let's see. The first thing that people, like I said, so people think that we're fake. The second thing is, I guess, lack empathy. And then the third thing also which is actually something good to me, it's just the matter of being able to have a plan. Like, I've heard that a lot of Geminis, it's like we just always like very working on something, or it's like if I don't want to talk because I'm busy, like I'm not going to talk to you because I'm busy. I don't know.
I know what I like about Geminis though? For real, I like about Geminis. Damn, this drink good. Shit. Yeah. I like the biggest thing I like about Geminis is like they're judgment free. Like, it's like with Geminis, they just go with the flows. And they don't make you feel bad. If you feel like not doing something morally right, your Gemini friend would be like, shit, fuck it.
Yeah, I be like, shit, we got one life to live. I feel like you're gonna make a mistake. The most important thing about making a mistake is learning from the mistake. So I'm not gonna judge you for making a mistake because hell, we all make mistakes. I'm not that person that's like, oh my goodness, like,
yeah,
what? Like so many people do the shit that you tell them. Oh my goodness, can I cuss?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
curse. You can fucking curse all fucking day if you fucking like.
I just thought it's so much. I'm like, oh shit. So
Let it go. Just let it fly.
Cause I cuss like a sailor. I'm real.
Hey, this is Sailor House. Hey, go Navy. You know what I mean? This is Sailor House. You know, you be cursing.
So I just feel like, you know, I'm not that person that makes people think that they're perfect, but I'm a pusher. You know, I have a lot of friends that I'm around and they can testify I'm a pusher. So if you're not doing it, if you're doing something I don't like, I'm going to tell you. But I'm also going to tell you what it is I feel like you could do differently. I feel like that's where a lot of people go left, is they just want to tell you what they don't like, but they don't have a solution. So I feel like my part of being a good friend, if I'm going to push you, I also have a direction. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a pretty good answer. Very political. I can tell you was in a college full of those other people.
Yeah.
I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you. So you did you graduate college?
I did, December 2019.
And what is your degree in?
Criminal justice on a pre-law track.
What?
With a minor in human development and family studies.
Yo, I love criminal justice. I ain't graduate, but I love it. If I go back, I'm gonna, you know.
I mean, we always need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of people, I'm like, okay, so what you gonna do with it? But I'm like, there's so many avenues. I was gonna do psychology as well, which I do want to go back and get my psychology degree. I took a lot of psychology classes, so human development actually is very close to psychology. I wanted to study psychopathology. Okay. That's the Gemini in me.
Question. Okay. Excuse my interruption. Do you watch a lot of like serial killer movies and
every day?
shit? What?
I look at cold cases.
I go for it. I like that shit.
Yeah, like I think it's just interesting, but I also think that it makes me live better because people are fucking crazy as shit. And I'm just like, I like to know where things stem from. That's the psychology part of it, you know. So but it also helped me be a better person in regards to understanding people, because I think that people lack giving a damn about understanding people. It's just always about what they want, like I said, about my family. So yeah, I like studying psychopaths. You know, they just put the Dahmer.
Oh yeah, you saw that yet?
Oh yeah, which I mean I had already watched all.
I thought I had seen it in the past, but
yeah, they make new of everything.
Yeah, cause I ain't click it yet. I was like, I think I seen this, but I wasn't sure.
But the guy that plays him in this one, that's my boy. Like he does a lot of American Horror Story filming, and I'm not sure if he's bisexual in real life, but he plays that role in a lot of things. And I don't know if you know about Dahmer, but I mean, he was after gay men, so he also had to play that role. So
I know his name, but I don't think I was too sure on his crime what's the specifications?
They're pretty crazy. But my favorite psychopath is Ted Bundy, hands down. So.
Oh, that's why you like Viola Davis.
What you mean?
Cause she cracks the case, you know what I mean? She's on the.
I just finished How to Get Away with Murder.
You know what I'm saying?
And I am still blown away. I gotta go watch it again because I just couldn't keep up. But she was phenomenal.
So speaking of murder, what is your definition of the perfect relationship, or what is a perfect relationship to you? And I said, speaking of murder, like those are related. That's crazy.
Right. That's why I was like,
I know, right? You might have to. I don't know.
You don't. I mean, you don't ever know. You know, we always pray that we never in those situations, but you don't ever really know. I think that's interesting. So, I have been dating long distance for over 4 years.
Oh, kudos.
And a lot of people think that that's just like this weird thing. Most people will never do it, which we all have what we can handle. But my thing, especially before I'm married and where I am, I don't want to enter every situation, get hurt, and I'm stripped. I feel like I was just telling someone that last night. We allow so much that doesn't work out to strip us when we're not supposed to even date everyone that we like. Just because you like them, sometimes like is just like. You know what I'm saying? It's not always supposed to be deeper than that.
Yeah.
So like with the guy that I'm dating, I found someone that I can have peace with, I can have understanding with, I can have support with, those things that are supposed to be in a relationship, and love, you know. And if we're married and have kids, that's great. And if we don't, I can thank God for allowing me to find that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't find that.
Yeah.
Find peace or true love. And something that Lauren London actually spoke on in an interview, which is the difference in pure love and loving an ego. None of us belong to each other. You know what I'm saying? Even after we tie the knot, we're married, but we all still belong to the higher power. So me being able to love you for just pure happiness is all that I want. And you love me for pure happiness. And it's not always you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. Who the fuck you think you talking to? You know, like, we don't argue, we talk, we move forward. That's what I need in my life, because I grew up with that tough love. I don't want tough love because I'm a fighter and I'm gonna knock your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
See, they go that.
You see that switch?
Hey, you see what I'm saying? Did y'all see what? Did y'all see what just happened here? I'm not the only one that saw this. I mean, where are my witnesses? You know what? Never mind. Nobody's here to watch this. Nobody's here to see this.
That's the authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I can't date guys that do not allow me to, the whole you calling me emotional just because I'm expressing my feelings. It's a no-go. Because, again, I will swing on your ass, and now we got a toxic relationship. So I truly feel that being able to just be yourself, especially in this industry, you know, we come across a lot of people that love the idea of you, but they don't support it when it comes to sharing you with the world. So I just think that, you know, having those qualities are very important.
That's dope. That's dope. So let us know what you have coming in the near future and where we could find you at on social media.
I'm going to start with that. I think that's the most easiest thing right now. My IG is Lexi _Maria _, so that's LEXI_MARIA_. The first thing that I have going on, like I said, October 1st, I'm starting off with the fall into giving. So I'll basically be changing the theme each season. So because we're in the fall, well, heading into the fall into giving, starting with feeding the homeless and providing different things for the cold weather. And then I have some bookings. I have a booking here on October 15th where I kind of be like, I get to be like a statue, like this cute statue type person. I think that's so fun. And then I have my Halloween party coming up for the 3rd year in a row, which has been amazing because the first year that I did it was the year that COVID happened, so 2020, and I was in my home, you know. So to see something takes fruition the way that my Halloween parties have. Most people want to go to a Halloween party, and my events are not like a lot of events that you go to. You pay for your ticket. I give you food, give you a complimentary drink. There are vendors. You can take pictures on this 360 camera, which we all love. And I have just different things happening. We pay all this money to get in the club just to stand there and fucking look at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you gotta go and buy the drink, you know? So what makes my events different is just that you receive an experience once you get in. But also the Halloween party will also have a fashion show. So that's gonna be dope. And I'm pretty sure I have some more things. I have so many bookings lined up right now. But yeah, and I have some goals that I want to achieve before the year's up. Those are the main things I'll put out there right now.
Okay, you gave us a little something. This was a dope interview. You got a lot of dope stuff going, great energy. Thank you for coming out and seeing the kid out here in Stockbridge, Georgia.
This won't be the last time.
No, definitely not, man. And guess what, y'all? It's been another plugged in interview. Y'all make sure y'all tune in for the next one.